Hey everybody, I'm Paul,
And I'm Ben.
and together we are...
Ben and Paul Show.
Right on.
Okay.
Alright, so, big week this week, Ben. Big week.
Santa Claus is coming?
No, that's a few weeks from now. You've been good.
No.
Of course, if you looked around in the world, you'd be forgiven for assuming it's already Christmas.
Yikes.
Because,
Yeah.
oh my God, why is Santa sticking his fat rump in Halloween already? It's not even Thanksgiving. We've already got full-blown...
Thanksgiving is this week, and I Facebook... actually, there was a girl on my Facebook who Facebooked something like, oh, Christmas music, I love you so much, or something like that. And then I started thinking, like, that really got to me. And so I Facebook immediately, not connected to hers, but I just, whatever. I said, oh, Christmas music, you so interrupt and disrespect the Thanksgiving holiday.
Yeah. Yeah. The whole Black Friday thing has just gotten really scary. I mean, it was always scary. I mean, I've worked enough retail Black Fridays to know how scary it can be.
I gotta say, it's a lot easier being on the customer end.
Yeah, but younger me loved Black Friday to go shopping.
Oh, I know, right?
I loved the crowds. I loved going out.
The thrill of the hunt.
The thrill of the hunt, sure, but I was never looking for anything. I would go browse on Black Fridays, just while everyone else is in a panic. I'd just stand there and be the immovable object, and it was a blast. It was a lot like slam dancing in my early 20s. Mosh pit! But, yeah, older me is terrified of that shit. 40-year-old me with back pain and carpal tunnel is just not in the mood to go fight a stranger.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that. I think, for me though, it's still there's a little bit of thrill left. Where maybe I'll go to like one store and check out, because there's some people out there that drop some ridiculous deals, like 50-inch flat screen for $50.
High five me.
I'll knee a couple of kids for that deal.
Yeah. Well,
hey, I was here.
They surely deserved it. I mean, let's face it. Who bothers to parent their children anymore?
I know. Yeah.
Why when we've got TV?
Exactly.
Anyway, let's buy all our kids Grand Theft Auto and then wonder why they go nuts.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of Grand Theft Auto, I got to tell you, in the last couple weeks, there has been an influx of people with baby voices, and I don't know if I'm sure they're like 12 or a little bit younger.
Well,
but I can hear them, and they're like, "Oh no! Oh, my car just got blown up! Oh no!" I'm like, well, "How old are you, dude?"
I'm not going to sit here and say that the age restrictions strictly apply. It's up to the individual child, and it's up to the parent to decide if the child is mature enough to understand make-believe versus, real violence.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, it's a cartoon to us, but we're grown, and we've grown up with gaming, and it's up to the parents. If a parent thinks their 15-year-old kid is mature enough to handle something like that, that's on them. What I'm talking about is, I worked at a popular local retailer that sells electronics and forces people to wear blue shirts with price tags on it. And I cannot tell you how many times I warned parents. It's like, this game has prostitutes and drug use, and you see this big M right here on the label. I know, but Timmy wants it. Well, Timmy needs a bitch slap is what Timmy needs. Tell him no.
Oh, but I can't.
He said, well, you play games? I said, yes, I do. I'm an adult. My daughter doesn't play these games.
Like every other parent is Cartman's mom.
Oh, I don't know, sweetie. This one says it could be bad for you.
Come on.
Come on, Mom. Shit, don't be such a bitch. Sweet, yes. Come on, Mom. Big Mom.
What is it? What was that first one? That first catchphrase he came up with? I'm gonna kick you. What is it?
I will kick you a squaw in the balls. Asshole.
That, and of course the one everyone remembers is
respect my authority.
He was deputized for a week while the cop learned to read.
Oh my God.
He would just, anybody with any offense, he'd just take out his nightstick and start whapping him in the knee.
Oh boy.
Okay.
But
So anyway,
well, okay, Black Friday's coming. That's gonna be wacky crazy.
well, we got a big event before Black Friday, though.
Yeah,
This
that's what I
actually
was getting
isn't
to.
Thanksgiving week. We still have the release of the Xbox One coming up. Oh, by the time this will probably go up on Thursday.
Okay.
So yeah,
Now you're an Xboxer over the PS.
you know, historically you could assume that, but honestly, all I really care about is where the games are. Xbox in the last couple of generations has had a controller that's more comfortable to my hands.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know as well as anyone, I was a huge fan of the original PlayStation. We played, we played one to death.
We
melted that.
Yeah, we melted that one down. Yeah.
I have no problems with Sony. I love the market
If we
better.
had known better, we should have stopped and picked all the silver out of that thing and rocked it.
It's probably still in my house somewhere,
Oh,
along with,
should have it bronzed.
yeah, really.
Wonder
It's
how much-
already melted. It's not like you could hurt it.
That's true.
But anyway, the last two generations, the Xbox 360 had more games that I liked, and I liked the controller better. So yeah, I played it more. But it's not because I was rooting for Sony to lose. I thought Microsoft had the better online setup. I still do.
Well, when you pay for your online membership as a rule, which I think PS4 is now going to do,
It does.
you get a lot. Your average clientele is going to be more of a. Well, what am I trying to say, Paul?
You would say that it's more of a gated community, but that's
Yes.
really not the case. If you listen to the people on Xbox Live, oh my God, sometimes it's nuts. You kind of got to get. I mean, it's all about the people you play with. I've had good experiences on both. I've had bad experiences on both.
Okay.
And I will never play online games on the PC unless it's with a friend. I played. Do you remember Jedi Outcast? Jedi Knight 2?
Was that the one with
Kyle
Look at the
Katarn.
beard.
Yeah.
Look at the beard.
Kyle Katarn, I think, was the character's name. They had a great online mode, and the lightsaber in that thing was so cool because it's just a giant laser, and you could cut through anything, and that was so cool. So I went into an online game thing, and this will be fun. Spawn, dude come behind me and cut me in half. Little text message popped up, gay noob. Okay, well, I think I'm done with it. And
Wow.
I mean, that's just been so many of my experiences with that kind of stuff. And, I mean, hey, you learn the ropes, you take your lumps. But I just, that one stuck with me. I mean, that was, God, what, 98, 99 when that game came out?
That was the one. What was the one we played? I can't remember. It takes place during episode 1, I think.
Are you talking about that Obi-Wan game for the Xbox?
And they get some cheese ball to do Obi-Wan, and he's like, Master.
Yeah.
But Master. Yeah.
I don't know, maybe. I don't remember. I remember, the only thing I remember about that
then
Obi-Wan game.
You made Qui-Gon do this move where he moved his head up and his beard's like sticking straight out. And you're like,
yeah.
worship the beard. Worship the beard.
That's
worship.
right. I forgot about that.
Love the beard.
That game was a mess, and it got terrible review scores, but I still loved it. It had this player versus player mode where you take a Jedi and just try to slice each other, use your force powers. You could throw one another around. It was a lot of, for the original Xbox, a launch title at that. It was pretty fun. I got it cheap, so I'm if I'd have bought that game for $50, I'd have been pissed. But
I was at Walmart today, and I saw the PS4 games. I think it took like 2 shelves, which was
wow, really?
like 10 games altogether.
They say there's 23 on release. That's counting downloadables like Contrast and Resogun. As far as exclusives that you can only get for PlayStation 4, there's about 2.
I saw that they had Killzone, and I kept thinking of Killzone.
Calzone.
Hey,
Calzone, my shadow's falling over here.
Oh!
Well, as you know, I got a PS4, but
Yeah.
it's my Christmas gift. And
Yes.
my family tradition is your Christmas gift is a gift. It stays in the closet. You don't
Even
get
if
it till
it's-
the day.
Even if it's to yourself?
Well, no, my family bought it for me.
Oh, well, that was nice. But you stood in line for it and did all that
Yeah.
business?
I mean, I pre-ordered it back in June, and I knew... Here's the thing. You know, we're adults now. I've got a decent amount of money. Not great, but I've got enough income where I can just... My hobby is gaming, so when I want a game, I just go get the game.
Right.
You know, just like a golfer pays his green fees or court fees if you're into tennis. You know, whatever. We all
Or
have
ammunition and range fees if you're...
Exactly. If you're into the shooting sports,
Yes.
which I need to get back into that, but that's another story for another day. Anyway, with my family, the presents stay in the closet. They got me the PS4, but I can't play with it till Christmas.
Okay.
And I'm not waiting on the Xbox, though. I'm getting that one right out the bat because Dead Rising is my favorite game of the last 10 years. And bam, I'm not waiting on that one. The reviews have all come back really good. And, well, that's overselling. They've come back as good as can be expected for a Dead Rising game. It's never been a critical darling. It's never going to be. It's a quirky game. Not a lot of people...
It's never been critically acclaimed.
It doesn't do poorly. They
Yeah.
always score between 7 and 9. That sweet spot.
That's all you could ask from a good game, I think, really.
And I think that's to most people, Dead Rising is never going to be more than a good game. Maybe, that's that fun game I played with the zombies. But if you're into zombies and you like the whole zombie fiction thing, there's a lot to love there. And I am that person. I am that core audience. It's also got this insane kind of gameplay loop. Like, if you really get into it, you can do some pretty fun stuff. Like, well, fun being the operative word. They have these survivors that you got to keep alive. I'm trying to keep this in context for you because I know you haven't played it, but...
No, I have. I played the one that you let me borrow.
Oh, did you? Okay.
I just couldn't finish it because it's like wherever I go, there's no point to rest. Like, when I play a zombie game, I want, like, at least a little huddle spot where I can collect myself and go, okay, all right, this is what I got to do. I got to go over here, got to do this, got to shoot this guy, shoot that guy.
Well, there are places like that.
There are, but, like, I guess I was playing Frank.
Mm-hmm.
And
Frank West,
and
photojournalist. Frank West.
And he's
that's his 80s sitcom.
He's got the infection, and if he doesn't keep taking his meds or something, he'll turn into a zombie. Is that the
Zombrex? Yeah. The story is so silly and stupid, and
Yeah.
I love every little bit of it.
It's very Capcom-y.
Yeah. It's got that particular.
Yeah, like I feel like I'm playing Time Cop with not Time Cop stuff.
Yeah. Well, the whole point of it was they got I don't know how to say his name. It was Keiji Inafune.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't get me to
that
lie.
could be wrong. I think he created Mega Man.
It took me 3 years to say Kojima, so
What were you calling it before? Kojima?
I would just go with the K guy.
K guy. Okay. Okay, guy. Anyway, they got him to design a game for people in the West, finger quotes, and that's what they came up with. And boy, it's still so Japanese, but in the best. I mean that in the most complimentary way. It's got that same kind of quirky, just Capcom, like you said.
The only complaint I can think of is, aside from not having the real play, like, everything's a hassle to try to get through. I'm constantly busting through the hordes of zombies. The only other thing I can think of is when I pick up a crowbar to use as a melee weapon, I don't want it to go away after 20 hits.
Yeah. Well, like I said,
that's still a good crowbar.
Like I said, it's a quirky game, and it's never going to be for everyone. I remember in the first one, they had a katana. Even a crappy mall katana would last longer than this thing, though. I mean, I've got a crappy mall katana on my wall.
If you go to the Parks Mall, you can get a real one for $70.
That's still just... That's what I'm saying.
No, it's not, but it's the real folded metal still. Anyway, go ahead.
Anyway. The thing would break so fast, but boy, you'd get a lot of zombies behind you before it did. But I threw you into the deep end on that series, too. The first one never came out on PlayStation. The second one did, and there's a bunch of downloadable ones, and then I gave you Off the Record, right?
Yeah.
With Frank. Yeah. That one's kind of... You know what? That one's just a weird animal to begin with. That one was built for people like
a
me.
redheaded stepchild.
Kinda. That one was built for people like me who've loved the series for a long time.
No offense.
No, not at all.
Not that you're a stepchild.
I am not. But I do have red hair. Anyway. So, anyhow. Dead Rising 3 looks amazing. Cool. Forza 5 is coming out to some really great reviews. They came up this morning. I was reading some before I came over here to talk with you. 9s, 8s, really high numbers.
What is that game?
That's the racing game I was talking about for the last 2 or 3.
Forza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I say it wrong?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
I just didn't recognize it when you first said it.
Gotcha. Yeah, those are my 2 big ones. But also Killer Instinct, dude. Killer Instinct. Do you remember that? You played that with us back in the day. Oh, man,
that was one of our games that used to beat me at all the time.
Well, yeah.
Actually, no. I would get on Saberwolf, and I kicked some serious ass with that one.
Well, they're bringing Killer Instinct back. Brand new version, but you can also buy a version of it that has the old copy of the game packed in as well. Not that I have any desire to... I don't usually look back to games. I'd rather have my memories and play the new stuff. You know what I mean?
That was a Nintendo title, wasn't it?
It was. And Microsoft bought Rare, who used to work for Nintendo. It's a weird animal.
Yeah.
Microsoft got the rights to it. I don't know if they did originally, though. I think there might have had to... Something might have had to run out from the SNES days or whatever, because there was like Ultra 64 logos in the game. So I don't know. I don't even know how they got those out of there. Without, I guess they had to go in and tamper with the old code. Who cares?
Maybe they just rewrote it. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why they would do that.
I don't know. I don't know either. It's interesting though. It's fun to speculate about. But the bottom line is, Killer Instinct is back, and it looks really good. And I haven't seen many reviews on it yet because, frankly, it's the way they're doing the game is kind of neat. You get one character for free, so everyone who has an Xbox has access to Killer Instinct. You can play online with that character. You can play his story segments, tutorials, whatever. If you want more characters, you can buy them piecemeal, $5 at a time, or you can buy collections, like a pack of 4, or buy just the whole thing for like $60.
But you get the one character for free?
Yeah. Anyone who has an Xbox will have access to this game, so there's always going to be someone who's just, well, I'll try it out.
Isn't that the same as microtransactions?
Well, it is, but it isn't. It's not like you have to... How to say it? Microtransactions aren't necessarily a bad thing. It's all in how you use it. Something like you were talking about before with Pac-Man, where they want you to pay per quarter to play. That's a crock of shit. That goes away.
Yeah.
If you're buying a thing in a game that you have access to as much as you want it, I don't have a problem with that at all. It's like DLC. Some companies do DLC really well. Look at Skyrim, or well, you haven't played Skyrim, have you?
Heard a lot about it, though. I think it's a very popular game. Actually, I've seen a few people make fun of it online with ad libs and whatnot, and I'm like, I'm not into that. I just couldn't.
You got to try it though. It's
maybe in context. If you have it, I'll check it out. Maybe
I do.
Over at your house.
I got it. It came out on 11/11/11. November.
We just passed 11, 12, 13.
Yeah, I know.
It's the last time that's going to happen.
I know, for a long
time. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
All right. So the Xbox One, what makes it? Now you said you're not particularly. You haven't made up your mind yet, or who's going to win in your?
Well, I mean, out of the gate, Sony's got a big lead because Microsoft had some big problems at E3s. And
now, what did they change? Now we all know that they were like, you're going to have to sign in every hour, or there's going to be a check every hour.
It wasn't quite that bad, but it might as well have been. It was the 24-hour check-in.
Yes. Okay.
See, here's the problem.
But while you're playing a game, wasn't there a check every hour?
Let me get to that.
Okay.
It started with... It's all really just bad messaging more than anything. What they were trying to do was leverage this digital future idea, which, whatever, but they didn't bother to explain any of the benefits to us. They're explaining it like we're their board members. That's not how you got to go, especially not with gamers. It's the demographic.
Especially since the majority of the gamers out there don't have this money lying around, but they're going to find a way to make it happen.
If they want your product. So why do I want your product?
Yeah.
Well, because it'll lock out used game sales, and then the publishers won't be pissed. Well, I don't give a damn about EA and their bottom line.
Yeah.
Bottom line, though, if you got the games I want, that's all I really care about. You can put in all the services you want, but no one's going to go buy an Xbox because they want to watch Netflix.
Yes.
That's something you do also
My
with
mom
the
would
thing
do
you
that.
already got. Well, okay.
My mom's not a gamer, though.
There's an exception to every rule.
Yes. Just throwing that out there. I'm not arguing.
But Netflix, though, you can get TVs with Netflix built in. You don't even need a device anymore. My daughter's Blu-ray player has Netflix in it. It syncs through the Wi-Fi. She can watch anything she wants. You know, it's great living in the future, man. I really love it.
Yeah.
Anyway, my big problem with Microsoft was they're clamping down on the used game thing. I don't buy used games. I buy my games new on day one.
I used to buy exclusively old games.
Yeah.
Because...
That's the thing, though, and that was my big problem with it is, no, Microsoft, you don't get to squash an entire bit of the industry just for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
No. Just plain frickin' no.
Yeah.
So, even though I've been
See, that was my thing, and here's what... Did I interrupt you?
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Okay. Here's my thing. Like, I would... Okay, say... You know, San Andreas pops out. You know, and I'm like, huh, yeah, I want to play that. And then I would wait and wait until about maybe like a year or two when the price dropped about 30.
Sure.
And if I could get it used, even better. You know, because there's huge savings in that. Because it's going to lose value anyway. I pop that thing out, you know, let's say if I bought it brand new and I pop it out and try to go resell it, it's only worth, you know, 10, maybe they'll give me $10 out of the 60 I paid for it originally. Yeah. So my thinking was go buy it when it's old and used or whatever. And then here recently, because of the online community has spiked, you know, and like just about every hot title has some sort of online version that you want to get on and use and play and do all that stuff.
Well,
you can't do that really if it's old because there's nobody going to that route, you know.
I was having a discussion the other day with a guy about this very subject, and he's like, you know, a game like Titanfall, which is a big Xbox One exclusive, it's going to be an online-only shooter made by the guys that invented Call of Duty and who used to work for EA on Medal of Honor. They got a what do you call it? They got a pedigree of making interesting online shooters. This time they're not even bothering with a single player. They're just like, look, this is what we want to do. This is where we're going to focus. I think that's the way to go. But I was having another guy who was giving me that old mindset argument of this thing's going to go down in value, and in a year this disc won't be worth anything. I look at it from a slightly different view, though.
So wait, you're saying that they're coming out with a new title that's going to be strictly online play?
Yeah. They're not even bothering with the single-player story mode.
Interesting. That's what I was talking about during another show, actually.
Yeah. But I think that's great, because how many times have we seen a game where they forced in a mode because that's what the industry was doing? I give you a real recent example, Batman Arkham Origins. Now, every game has a budget. Every game has people who work on it, and it doesn't matter how you split the teams. The bottom line is there's only so much money to put into this project. You look at Batman Arkham Origins, which is a sloppy game. It's fun. It's still fun. It's still worth playing if you like the Arkham series. But it's sloppy. The Batman doesn't aim as precise as he used to, and you can talk all day about it being in the narrative that he's younger Batman. I don't care. I want the same fun experience or better, not less. Don't take shit away from me and say, oh, we're telling a prequel. Screw you.
Yeah.
I don't want to know about your midichlorians. Ah! Right? So if a team wants to focus on an online-only game, the value from that is in the fun you're going to have. And to me, getting in while the game is hot, if I care about it, that's where the value comes from. Not what it might be worth to trade in later, because it's not like a car.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah.
That's how I felt. I had the same conversation with a dude, and he was just steadfastly refusing to budge an inch. No, they're going to be worth something. He's a good guy. I've known him a while online. I like talking with him, but we differ quite often in our opinions, which, you know, makes for more fun conversation.
Sure.
I'd take that over boring head nods all day long. You're right. No, you're right. Yes, you're right. You're right. Mm-hmm.
That's what I do.
No. We do not disagree. We do not agree on everything.
True.
You're wrong. False. Now you got me self-conscious about it. Oh.
No. So, all right. So, overall, who do you think is going to be the victor in the game war?
I think Sony's going to make a big comeback, at least early on. I think people are still kind of afraid. I told you that was going to happen.
Sorry.
Young man.
What do you call that when you got to have something in your hand? Like, you just got to...
I don't know, a nervous tick.
I don't know. I like when I'm sitting here talking, I like to...
You like to fiddle.
Twirl pins and...
You're a twiddler. You're a fiddler.
I'm the twiddler.
I'm starting to feel like Steve Miller. Because I'm a twiddler. I'm a fiddler. I'm a lover. And I'm a thriller. Joker, smoker, midnight toker.
I know.
Nothing.
I know, but those lyrics were going off...
yeah, they were going in a weird direction.
Down a dark road.
That's why I steered it back. But hey, thanks for calling that out.
Thank you for making me uncomfortable, Ben.
That's what I do.
I know.
Apparently.
As far as a winner, we're the winners. I mean, I know that's that's such
a commercial way to...
Well, no, it's such a bland and boring way to say it. It's something journalists say all the time, but it's the truth. I mean, with those two locked in, you want to see what happens when a company doesn't have any competition? Look at the World Wrestling.
They get lazy.
World Wrestling Federation. They don't even have to try. Yeah. They've already got the numbers, and I think the product has suffered for it ever since the Attitude Era ended. Ever since Stone Cold left, I think wrestling is it's boring now. There's nothing exciting, and that's an industry that needs stiff competition to keep it exciting.
You just brought back a Starbucks memory.
Did I? Share with us, Ben.
There was this pretty girl that used to work at our Starbucks, but she would never laugh. Or when you'd like say something to her that was funny, she would go, give you a quaint little smile.
Is it like that Scrubs episode? That's so funny.
No, it was worse because you got literally emotionally, you got nothing from her.
Oh wow.
She would just go, like she was real quiet. And so I gave her the nickname.
For the people who can't see Ben, that was a smile and a nod.
Like a quaint...
Not even a smile.
Like a quaint...
smirk.
Yeah, like a quaint smile and an acknowledgement. And then that was it. And I gave her the nickname Stone Cold Laura Brockman.
Should we say her name?
What are the odds? I mean...
No, not... Well, whatever.
Yeah.
We can bleep it out.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've been rambling a while, so we're about 30 minutes. You want to go ahead and call this one done?
Yes, done.
Xbox done? Oh, wait, that sounds like I'm saying something negative about it. We're Xbox done, bitches.
All right, so you're kind of waiting, before you make an opinion, you're waiting to see...
Well, I'm not going to make any opinion until I've played with both.
Okay.
I mean, end of the day, that's what matters is the
game. Well, I've got my...
Now, I will say one thing real quick. I just want to give Sony... big huggy lovey about their new controller because that thing is amazing.
You like it?
Well, there was some rumors about Xbox, about PlayStation 4s coming out of the box bricked. So I didn't want Christmas morning to get here. I was like, look, I need to hook this thing up. I'm not going to play any games on it because it's my Christmas gift. But I need to hook it up and make sure it works. So I did set it up, and that controller feels amazing. I'm still a little put off by the sticks being slung low, but that's just a Sony thing. So I can't fault them for that, but it's got heft, and it's comfortable, and I've always hated the DualShock so much. That thing digs into my palms.
Did you do the thing with the robots?
No. I didn't play anything. I just set it up, made sure it worked, and I let it log into PSN just to make sure that all the pieces that, were going to work. I mean, I've only got 2 games for it. I'm going to get Killzone and Assassin's Creed. So...
Assassins bleed.
They do. When you stab them in the neck. That's probably a good place to call it. I love that controller, though. Come Christmas, you need to come try it out.
I've held one.
Yeah, you have. Good. At the stores?
I like the little point trigger. Like.
Yeah. The triggers, oh my God, they're so much better. Those marshmallowy buttons on the PS3. God, I hated those. That thing, though, it's not so much about platform for me. It's comfort in games, and that damn DualShock, it's always been uncomfortable, even when we used to play PS1. In fact, I think I'm going to sue Sony for my carpal tunnel. It's your fault, you bastards. Make a more comfortable controller.
They've You know what sucks is I've seen some aftermarkets that look almost exactly like the Xbox controller, but it's for the PS3.
Yeah, I've gotten a couple of those, trying,
And
hoping.
They just suck.
They all just feel like straws. Like they're made out of straws.
Yeah, that real cheapy
Recycled straw plastic. I got one. Oh my gosh, it lit up. And I was like, oh, this will be great. I can find it in the dark. Yay. And it was awful. It was awful. Every one I've tried has been awful. Even ones with decent reviews that I've tried have been awful. So, and of course, I still keep seeing one and going, maybe that one's okay. No. Bad Paul, bad Paul. Be cynical, be cynical.
Yeah.
You won't be let down that way.
I
have not gotten to try.
I don't know if I'm excited about. I mean, I'm already I call them D-pad
enthusiast.
I say being a D-pad member because I signed up on Plus.
Oh, okay.
Because the symbol is like that big D-pad. Hey, I'm a D-pad. Anyway.
Okay, D-bag.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, I've been a D-pad member for a while, so I guess I really wouldn't have anything to lose if I stayed with PlayStation because I would have to sign up. Is that the same service?
Yeah, that's one neat thing that they're doing is it's the same no matter what. You got a Vita, PSN. You got a PS3, PSN. You got a PlayStation 4, PSN. It's all one account, one thing. They've even got an app now that I haven't played with, but it looks interesting. I downloaded it and it sits there. It'll be there till Christmas. Phone? Yeah.
What's the app do?
I don't know. I haven't really played with it yet.
Oh no. Okay, well maybe
I read about it a little. You can buy stuff on the road, queue it up, and have it download for you, so it'll be ready when you get home, which is neat. But I still kind of like to just go to the store and buy my games. Yeah. So who knows? We'll see how it works out.
All right. Well, I personally am rooting for the PS4, but I've always been a PS guy, like just from the beginning.
Sure. I mean, and it's doing great out there. Sold 1 million consoles.
I heard about
That's
that. Yeah.
crazy.
It's just
good on them.
Monsters.
Good on them for a big comeback, and good on them for recognizing their failings of the past. Because the PS3 launch was awful.
Well, hopefully the PS4 is not going to blow up as soon as you play it 10 times or something like that.
Well,
those first gens have a real bad habit on every single.
They have in the past, but after Microsoft's 360 debacle, I don't think anyone's going to let that happen.
Yeah. Hopefully.
I mean, even the people who are complaining about the PS4, it's less than 1% of 1 million consoles. I mean, that's nothing. That's just standard fail rate. You can't get nothing is perfect. You know, we don't live in that world. This isn't utopian Star Trek where everything works at the sound of my voice.
Jeez. Well, on that note,
computer, Earl Grey hot. And if that damn tea is 1 temperature off.
Well, wait a minute.
1 degree off. I'm stealing your joke. Yes,
is this? Your joke. Wait, well, hold on. But is this Patrick Stewart or
I don't know. I'm doing a lousy voice.
Wait, who's James Doohan? I heard a little bit of maybe that was Sean Connery I was listening to.
Maybe. I don't know. The years of smoking cigarettes have ruined my mimicry abilities.
Ah, come on.
I'm serious. I'm just starting to get a little bit of it back after I quit cigarettes. So, almost a year now.
Wow. Good job.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so I guess that's it.
Yeah, we've run way past our usual 20-minute mark. God, we're nearly double our usual show, so we better wrap this one up. Thanks, everyone who bothered to listen. To those of you who didn't, well, we care. Screw you guys.
Yeah, yeah.
Like us, love us, whatever.
Yeah. All right, well, peace. Have fun.